How would you like to live in Washington?
Perhaps a change of climate is just what I need.
Then it's settled.
Does that mean you're asking me to marry you?
Hey, Sean, at Ma.
Anna May Wong was an Asian-American actress who achieved success in both Hollywood and Europe, starring in films such as Piccadilly, 1929, Daughter of the Dragon, 1931, and Shanghai Express, 1932. Though, as a Chinese-American, she was often limited to smaller roles that fit the Asian stereotypes expected by white producers and audiences, Wong still managed to put her own stamp on the parts she was allotted. Wong was born as Wong Liu Tsong in Los Angeles, California on January 3, 1905. Her parents, Wong Sam-sing and Lee Gun-toi, were second-generation Chinese Americans. Wong's grandparents arrived in California before immigration from China to the United States was restricted at the end of the 19th century. Wong was the second of her parents' 7 children. The family operated a laundry business and lived nearby. Wong spent many hours working in the laundry and making deliveries to clients while growing up. At the integrated elementary school Wong attended with her older sister, they were subjected to racist taunts from their classmates. Reflecting on the experience later, Wong stated, "Every day was torture for us." Her parents then transferred the girls to the Chinese mission school, which had a Chinese American student body. Wong's childhood gave her the opportunity to see Hollywood films shooting in Chinatown. She displayed such an avid interest that she was dubbed the curious Chinese child. Despite paternal disapproval, Wong dreamed of pursuing a career in the movies. She selected Anna May Wong as a stage name and at 14 got her start as an extra in The Red Lantern, 1919. In 1921, Wong left high school to focus on acting. At 17, she landed a leading role in The Toll of the Sea, 1922, inspired by Madame Butterfly. Her performance in this early Technicolor film was well received. She also had a supporting role in The Thief of Baghdad, 1924, alongside Douglas Fairbanks, which further boosted her success. In the same year, she established her own production company called the Anna May Wong Productions. The operation soon folded due to an underhanded business partner, but she continued to find work elsewhere. However, Wong felt constrained by Hollywood. It was common for white actors to be cast in Asian roles using makeup and costumes to appear Asian. This practice, known as yellow face, was not only offensive, but it also limited the parts available to Wong. She noted, rather than casting real Chinese actors, producers prefer to cast Hungarians, Mexicans, and American Indians for Chinese roles. Furthermore, due to anti-miscegenation laws in the United States, studios did not allow interracial kisses in films. As a result, Wong was unable to land starring roles that involved a romantic relationship with white actors. Instead, she was often typecast in smaller roles, portraying either a subservient woman or a scheming dragon lady. Her characters frequently met their demise through sacrifice or as a form of retribution. Faced with these limitations in Hollywood, Wong made the decision to travel to Europe in 1928 to pursue her career in Germany and England. She received acclaim for her performance in the 1929 film Piccadilly, which was her last silent film. Wong then transitioned to the era of talking films. In different versions of The Flame of Love, 1930, she spoke French, English, and German. Wong appeared in London with Laurence Olivier in the 1929 play A Circle of Chalk and in Vienna with a musical play Chun-Chi, which she wrote. While in Europe, Wong, who had worked as a model during her upbringing, also became a fashion trendsetter. In 1930, Wong returned to the United States and had a successful run on Broadway in the play On the Spot. However, unlike her white counterparts, Wong had to go through a different process before traveling abroad due to the Chinese Exclusion Act and subsequent amendments. She was required to obtain a certificate of identity from the Immigration and Naturalization Service in order to re-enter the country, even though she was born in the United States. Wong later signed with Paramount Studios in Daughter of the Dragon, 1931. She played another stereotype, though at least she was the headline star. Shanghai Express, 1932, had Wong sharing the screen with Marlene Dietrich, a friend from her time in Europe, and was a higher quality film. Yet, Wong still didn't get many roles beyond melodramatic B movies. She expressed some of her frustration in a 1933 interview, saying, "Why is it that the screen Chinese is nearly always the villain of the piece, and so cruel a villain, murderous, treacherous, a snake in the grass? We are not like that. How should we be with a civilization that's so many times older than that of the West? We have our own virtues. We have our rigid code of behavior, of honor. Why do they never show these on the screen?" When the film version of The Good Earth, based on Pearl Buck's novel about a rural Chinese family, was being cast in 1935, Wong hoped to play the lead role of Olan. She did screen tests, but was not truly considered by the studio. Wong was then asked to test for Lotus, a conniving concubine. The part that Wong wanted was given to the white actress Louisa Rayner, who went on to win an Oscar for her performance. After the disappointing casting decision for The Good Earth, Wong stepped away from Hollywood and visited China in 1936. There, she faced criticism for portraying stereotypes on screen, though she countered that she hadn't been the one responsible for those roles. She later said, "It's a pretty sad situation to be rejected by Chinese because I'm too American, and by American producers because they prefer other races to act Chinese parts." The trip gave Wong the opportunity to learn more about China and its culture. She documented her journey for the New York Herald Tribune and the Los Angeles Times. In her 1937 film Daughter of Shanghai, Wong had a rare, happy ending with a Korean-American male lead. During World War II, she starred in Bombs Over Burma, 1942, and Lady from Chungking, 1942, while also raising funds for China, which was invaded by Japan. Wong retired from acting in 1942, but continued to make occasional film and TV appearances. In 1951, she made history as the first Asian American to have a lead role in a TV series, The Gallery of Madame Liu Tsong, where she played the role of an amateur investigator who also worked as an art dealer. Wong is celebrated as an iconic Asian American actress who overcame challenging circumstances and paved the way for future generations of performers. In 1960, Wong had a small role in the film Portrait in Black as Lana Turner's maid. Her final film appearance was in The Savage Innocents in 1961. She had hoped to make a comeback in the Hollywood adaptation of the musical Flower Drum Song, but she passed away before production began. Wong never married. There were rumors that she was romantically involved with Dietrich and white men. Even if this gossip was accurate, the laws and prejudices of Wong's day meant these relationships couldn't have resulted in marriage. Wong died on February 3rd, 1961, in Santa Monica, California. She was 56. The cause of death was a heart attack. She had suffered from liver disease for years prior to her passing. The documentary Anna May Wong, in Her Own Words, explored Wong's life. Another documentary, Searching for Anna May Wong, considered whether Wong would face the same career obstacles in the present day. The TV series Hollywood featured Wong as a character, although her storyline was fictionalized. Despite these documentaries, we all know that Anna May Wong opened many doors for actors and actresses who were not treated fairly in Hollywood, whether it was due to their background or color, etc.
Don't do anything foolish.
When are we leaving?
I wish I knew. I suppose as soon as Captain Harvey comes down.
If he's up there, he may never come down.